welcome to episode 5 of the Brick Clubhouse. I'm Chris, one of your co-hosts, along with Evan. Say hello, Evan.
Hello, Chris. Good to be here again with you.
It's always great to climb up the tree into the clubhouse.
I wish I had a treehouse.
And
That'd be sick.
wouldn't that be awesome?
That'd be awesome.
What if it was like the Lego treehouse and we
Oh,
were
that'd be
in
cool.
like recording in one of those? I want everyone to imagine that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's for the sake of imagination.
Yeah.
I actually had a treehouse in my backyard growing up. One summer, my uncle came out from Colorado, and he and my dad and me and my brothers built a treehouse in the back corner of our yard. It's still there. No, my dad might have taken it down. I don't know, but it was there for a long time, for years and years, through high school. So actually, I had a treehouse.
That's awesome.
It'd be fun to record a podcast out there.
That maybe sometime if we're ever in Santa Barbara.
There we go.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Or we can go to Disneyland.
The Brick
and
Clubhouse
film
on
in
the
that.
road. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make lots of stops. We'll just go stop along at Bricks and Minifigs all up the coast,
That'd be fun.
since they are, what makes this happen.
It is.
Bricks and Minifigs in San Diego North.
Because
Don't forget the North. It's very important.
there's about to be San Diego South
Well,
soon.
there's about to be in East County.
Yeah.
So,
But Chula
La
Vista
Mesa
coming.
and Chula Vista. Yeah, who knows what they'll be. But we're so glad that you all joined us here today. It's always fun to talk to you, our listeners, in the store. And so many of you came in and got your free bulk this week. So that was fun to meet you guys in person. But I think it's a pretty big week. And I think maybe we should just dive right into it.
It is a very big week. We have talked about what's coming up here a couple of times now here on the podcast. For those of you who follow Lego, you know that there are a few months of the year that have big set releases across multiple themes, and March 1st this year is one of those big releases, and that's today, as
It
of the
is.
releasing of this podcast.
As we release this podcast, all of these sets that we're going to discuss will be available at Bricks and Minifigs. We're really excited to
We're
have
very excited.
all this new stuff.
Now, if you missed our couple episodes ago, we did our March set draft picks. That was a fun one. That was episode
Yep.
3. So if you want to hear us talk about some of these sets further in depth, go ahead and check that one out. As well as last week, we did cover our initial impressions of Snow White Cottage and the Medieval Town Square that are also going to be releasing on March 1st. So
Yes, but
if you want some more in-depth conversations, you can go check those episodes out. But for this episode, we are just going to kind of run through these sets rather quickly.
yeah, just so you're aware of what we will have in the store when you hear this. Now, we're going to start off with everyone's favorite polybags.
Everyone's favorite, aka Chris's favorite.
I love a good polybag. Who doesn't love a good polybag? But we have multiple polybags coming out. One being Draco in the Forbidden Forest, and also a McLaren Formula One. And if you listen to our draft episode, you know how much I love those McLaren cars. We're getting a little cute little polybag. And then we're getting some other cars as well. We're getting the Lego Icons McLaren Aaron Senna car, as well as a Mercedes pullback car, which is a Technic set, and the Planet Earth Moon in Orbit, also a Technic set.
Which was
So,
one of your draft picks.
It was one of my draft picks.
Yeah.
I really am looking forward to building this set. Maybe there'll be one. We'll build one for the store at some point,
Maybe we will.
but not on March 1st.
Not. It won't be there on day one. We are also going to be getting in set number 43249. This is our lone Disney set, which is the buildable Stitch, which looks great.
Yes, people are very excited about this one.
Yes, I'm excited. We will also be getting in here for our Star Wars sets. We'll be getting in set 75375, the Millennium Falcon. This is the MIDI scale, if you want to call it, or the Starship Collection Millennium Falcon, as well as set 75376, which is the MIDI scale Tantive 4. We will also be having the 2 anniversary sets that are coming out with this wave. Well, I guess the 2 anniversary sets with anniversary figures. Those being set 75379. This is the buildable R2D2 with the Darth Malak minifigure. And set 75387, boarding the Tantive 4 with the clone ARC Trooper 5's minifigure in that set. So those are our Star Wars sets we'll have on March 1st.
And people have been asking, like, will you have enough? Should I get there early? And I mean, come as early as you want, but
We have like 4 or 5 cases.
yeah, we've got
each of these.
we should have plenty of these to get through the weekend.
Yes.
So please stop by sometime over the weekend and pick up one of these great Star Wars sets.
Yeah,
But
some fun ones.
Star Wars isn't the only theme that is well represented in this wave. The other big theme that, to be honest, we haven't seen there hasn't been a whole lot of excitement about lately, but I feel like this wave may turn that around.
Good wave.
And it's the Harry Potter sets.
I'm a huge Lego Harry Potter fan, but yeah, the last couple of waves haven't been
all right.
Yeah, and I mean their big flagship sets have still been great. Like the Gringotts Bank set last year.
That was great, and I did like the smaller version of the Hogwarts grounds.
Yes, that one was
that
great.
came out. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot of memory of
I'm
the other.
usually a big fan of the smaller Harry Potter sets. I feel like traditionally over the years they've done a good job of like their $15 to $30 sets. I think it's because they've mostly been focusing on the modular castle sets that you and I aren't really into.
Yeah.
You have a couple of the older ones. I have my giant Hogwarts castle, so I don't really feel the need to get all of the modular ones. So maybe that's why. Maybe they're kind of going to focus on some other stuff.
But there are some of the smaller ones that you mentioned that are here.
That are going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One being the 76424, the Flying Ford Anglia. You know, I love my cars, so having that will be great.
And it's fun because in years past they put the Ford Anglia in like the Whomping Willow set, which is behind like a $75, $80
yeah,
paywall.
or Privet Drive.
And so now it's just going to be by itself on a $20 set.
Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
Speaking of Privet Drive, we're also getting set 76425, Privet Drive sign and Hedwig.
Mm-hmm.
Which looks nice, and we haven't completely left Hogwarts. We're getting some expansions. 76426, the Castle Boathouse,
mm-hmm.
which looks nice.
It looks fun.
It's different, and I think it's a good addition. And then we're also getting a 76428, a new version of Hagrid's Hut.
This one being based off of Sorcerer's or Philosopher's Stone. The last Hagrid's Hut was based off of Prisoner of Azkaban, but this one's based off of Sorcerer's Stone and kind of goes along with the Draco Polybag.
Yeah,
the Draco Polybag is him in the Forbidden Forest. You know, when they all get detention and have to go into the forest together, and so these two kind of go together, which is fun.
Yeah, and there's also set 76432, the Forbidden Forest.
The magical creatures set.
Which goes with that in the magical creature. So,
and I'm curious to see those builds in person. Those three builds. I think the main purpose of that set is to get you the Buckbeak mold and the Thestral.
It really is about the animals.
And I think there's a Cornish pixie in there too.
Yeah,
so that's fun.
It's especially for those of you with castles already. This will be a great way to get some new creatures for it.
And it's a pretty cheap way to get those creatures too. So
and lastly, we have another castle expansion, 76430. The Owlery.
The Owlery, yep.
Which
should be the lone set of this wave that I really want to pick up.
It's a
good one.
It's fun. I mean, it's that iconic scene with Harry and Cho getting caught and
just standing there because Filch is just a menace.
But it
has like, I don't want to get your hopes up if this number is wrong, but it has like 10 owls.
It's got a lot.
It has a lot.
Different colors. They're flying. They're nesting. They're like all sorts.
But a lot.
More than you're getting in other sets.
Yeah. And it looks like they're using that baby owl mold from the Hawkeye CMF figure, but it's recolored in gray. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, especially if you want, again, lots of creatures this wave,
which is great.
So those of you who have your Harry Potter worlds can definitely add some new animals that go around.
And just to clarify, yes, I was a little exaggerating. There are 5 owl molds in this set, but a few of them look to be, like I said, that new mini mold, and also there's one recolored in like a reddish brown, which looks really nice.
But how many total owls are there?
5.
Oh, only 5?
5 total owls in the set. It looks like we got 2 that are flying, 2 that are perched, and then the baby owl.
Okay.
But that's 5 owls in one set. That's great.
And then moving to our next theme, Speed Champions. A big favorite for some, not for Evan, but I am a big fan. And we're getting a Speed Champion size McLaren F1 car this go around too. McLaren has just been everywhere in this wave, which
you're happy with.
I'm happy
That's
with.
your team.
And the F1 season kicks off this weekend.
Oh, so you figured it out.
So it's a new race, new season, and new cars to build while we watch the race.
Wow, you have your F1 season and baseball season starting right now.
It's a great year for a great time for sports.
For those of you who might not know, you can come ridiculous for it in the store, but we're both big Dodger fans.
Yes.
I know being in San Diego, that's rough, but we just got to watch Shohei Ohtani hit his first home run as a Dodger today.
Yes.
That was really fun.
Yeah, so if you're a baseball fan, stop by. There's a good chance the game will be on.
There you go.
In the back of the store.
So both of Chris's sports are not only starting their seasons, but also getting represented through Lego, which is really exciting for you.
And we also have a few other Speed Champion cars coming in this wave. 76920, the Ford Mustang Dark Horse, beautiful navy blue color. I'm really excited about this one. And then 76922, the BMW 2-pack set, which also looks great. So stop by and get your Speed Champions. We know you fans are out there.
And before we move on and cover the last theme, sorry, real quick, one more note on that owl reset. I scrolled down on the listing for it. The little baby owl mold is actually supposed to be based off of Pigwidgeon, which is Ron's owl from the book, who was not featured in the movies. So it's actually really cool that they're putting Pigwidgeon in a set that's based off of the character design and the tower design of the movies. But was never in the movies, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's like when I guess there was an old set that they released in like the first wave with Peeves in it, and he wasn't in the movies either. So here's another character.
I'm glad that they're including book characters.
That's really fun.
We're also going to see like 3 or 4 Spidey 4+ sets.
Yeah, like Spider-Man and his friend.
Yeah. So if you have a 4+ builder in your house and love Spider-Man, there's some good sets for you in this wave as well.
Yeah. And last but certainly in my eyes not least, we are getting the introduction of a brand new Lego theme, which is the Lego Animal Crossing theme, which I am over the moon for.
And it's exciting because we don't often get brand new themes.
Right.
Like completely new.
The last brand new theme was Dreams, right?
Right.
So the last new licensed theme might have been Sonic.
Sonic? Yeah, I think so.
So this is really exciting. Yeah, so we will have 3 sets, 2 sets and 1 poly bag. We will have set 30662, the Maple poly bag. This is Maple's Pumpkin Garden. We also have set 77046, Julian's Birthday Party, and set 77047, Bunny's Outdoor Activities. And we actually have a couple of those sets here in front of us right now. Let's take a little deep dive into our first impressions of some of these.
Yes, let's learn a little bit more about Animal Crossing. I have to confess, I know nothing about Animal Crossing.
And I have to confess that I know far too much about Animal Crossing.
It's nice we can find a balance here.
Yes. So, just for some context for all of you.
So what's the first?
For those of you who don't know, Animal Crossing is a Nintendo first-party video game. And their most recent entry, Animal Crossing New Horizons, came out for the Switch on March 20th, 2020. Okay? Literally right as the shutdown was happening. So the player base for this game was through the roof. It was nuts. So my quarantine consisted of hours upon hours upon hours of Animal Crossing. And this is my first time playing an Animal Crossing game. I hadn't played any of the other ones. And this is a little embarrassing to admit, but I'll be honest with you all. Over the first month and a half of quarantine, I took my total hours played in Animal Crossing and I divided it by 7, right? 7 days in a week.
Yeah.
I might have divided by 5 days in a week. Like a working week.
Yeah.
It was more than a full-time job. The amount of time that I was playing Animal Crossing. It was my life.
Well, we definitely find balance in because I've never played. And
which is going to change soon.
my son stole my Switch, so
you're going to get a new one.
Play if I want.
So you're going to get a new one,
which my daughter will probably steal. So
for me, as a Lego fan and as an Animal Crossing fan who has very fond memories of the game, and I told Chris earlier today, I think Animal Crossing New Horizons and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild are two of, if not the two, top video game experiences in my life playing those two games. So when Lego Animal Crossing was announced a couple months ago, I was over the moon. I was stoked out of my mind. And when I saw, so I just built the maple poly bag. Okay,
we'll start with the little one.
This is polybag set number 30662 Maple Pumpkin Garden, I think is what it's called.
I'm also have built this set, so I have some thoughts.
So one thing to know about Animal Crossing is that there are over 400 different villagers in the game. Okay, on your island, you can have up to 10 villagers. Max.
How come? Why can't you have more than
just the size of the island? They don't want to make it too overcrowded, so they make you be selective with what you have. You can also add as many like of your own characters, like player characters. So, like if you have multiple accounts on your Switch, they can each make a house.
Can you go visit other people's islands?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, you can. So basically, you have to be pretty selective with your villagers because you only get 10, and there's over 400. Out of the announced Animal Crossing sets that are coming out on March 1st, of which there are 5 and 1 polybag, 3 of my 10 villagers are getting minifigures made of them already. I'm so happy about.
Now, okay, so we're talking about...
and Maple is one of them.
So Maple comes in the polybag.
So there are over 20 different villager types, like different animal villager types in the game. One of them is bear cubs. Okay, so Maple is a bear cub villager. She's very cute. She's a small little brown bear cub, and she has a maple tree on her sweater. That's her torso print.
Now,
she's so cute.
For not knowing anything about Animal Crossing, my initial impression was
wrong, was incorrect.
Well,
was terrible.
You don't even know what my initial impression was yet. The molds are very large.
I love it.
Her huge cranium did not allow her to stand up.
Cranium.
Did not allow her to stand up. She falls over a lot.
Okay, she does. But so do a lot of other figures.
At least with her accessory.
Yeah, okay.
Which is a little water.
Her accessory is, to my knowledge, a brand new mold. So if you're familiar with Animal Crossing, you will know that so you have a multiple different tools in your inventory that you can use. One of which is a watering can to water your flowers and your plants and your crops. So they made as far as I can tell, a new watering can mold. That's her accessory. It's a lime green watering can. And yes, Maple has the very, very short kid non-bendable legs, which Chris,
I feel like they should have given her the bendable leg.
And I disagree. And part of that is because, like I mentioned, there are over 20 villager types in Animal Crossing, and they're of varying sizes. The cub villagers being some of the smallest, along with the mice villagers and some of the other ones. And so to me, it makes perfect sense that her legs are shorter, because then there'd be some middle-sized animals that have the mid-sized bendable legs, and then there's some bigger characters like the birds and stuff that would be tall.
I guess I'm showing my ignorance.
It's okay.
In Animal Crossing.
The other thing is something that we noticed right away. The mold for her head is really big.
Huge.
But it doesn't look too big.
It's like an orange on a toothpick.
It doesn't look too big to me, at least. Now, and again, part of that is because in the game, both your island, your playable characters, and the villagers do have stylized. It's an art style.
Yeah,
and their heads are pretty big relative to their bodies, so it makes sense for the source material.
I will say, you showed me some pictures earlier of what
Maple looks like.
I think and her the minifig versions have much rounder heads than the art you showed me.
Her head is a little bit more of an oval in the game, just a little bit. It's a little bit more elongated. But as far as the prints go, they're perfect.
The thing about this is, I've never played the game. I think people will be really excited about these minifigures.
Yes, and the fact that they are minifigures, right?
Yeah, like Mario.
The only other Nintendo
minifigure
line is Mario, and they're not minifigures. Yeah.
I mean, we did get minifigures for Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, I don't feel they're that inspired.
And I mean, now part of my bias is that I've never played a Sonic game, but and Sonic. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Sonic fans out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. However, I feel like it's much more of like a certain niche of people play Sonic. One of the things about Animal Crossing is
Well,
the player base ranges from like 3 to 4 years old to like people in their 90s. I think I told you this earlier.
yeah.
There's a grandma on YouTube who is an Animal Crossing like YouTuber, and she's in her 90s
The
or 80s.
the other thing that I feel like they tried to do with the Sonic sets that was a little bit of a miss was like they tried to do the play
The play
features
features.
of like the ball and it
Yeah.
like going, and it didn't we tried it in the store. It just doesn't work that great.
Now the play features for these Animal Crossing sets. So in Animal Crossing, you create your own island, okay, and you get to create it and shape it. You unlock terraforming at some point in the game, so you can literally change the level of like the soil, and you can change where the waters are. You can make your own rivers and waterfalls and stuff. And so they wanted to make these Animal Crossing sets modular, and they are. They're very modular. So
What do you mean? Like, so I noticed like this poly bag,
it's very
just
customizable.
2 little plates. They're the same plates that they use in Mario.
Yeah, so they're the Mario, like, what is that? 8x8 rounded corner kind
Yeah,
of
the
like
little base
plate.
plates.
And all of the
Nice
other
green grass color.
and all of the other announced Animal Crossing sets are built on similar plates. So I think part of the idea is that you get them all, and you get to build your own island. Like you get to customize and create your own island in Lego, which is so cool.
So we're looking at a few of the other sets here. We unfortunately don't have them all
Yeah.
in front of us, but we do also have set 77047, which is Bunny's outdoor activities, and we also have 77046,
Which
with
is Julian's birthday party.
Julian's birthday party.
And so the Julian's birthday party comes with 4 of these modular plates, where Maple's polybag comes with 2. How many does Bunny's come with?
Bunny's comes with, it looks like 3 of the larger plates, and then 1 and 3 of the smaller plates.
Okay. And I know that like the other 3 sets come with them too. So these are 6+ sets, which makes sense. It's a kids game. I mean, like I said, there's a large player base of all ages. However, the fact that they're making it accessible to kids is good.
I mean, the minifigures are very colorful. They're
very accurate.
fun animals. Like I could see it being 6+. I definitely could see little kids, even if they've never played the game,
Oh, absolutely.
just wanting these animals.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean, it makes Animal Crossing fans very happy because, fans of Lego will know we love our minifigures, right? Minifigures are great. And the fact that they are doing these giant custom molded heads is really awesome. I know, you get Star Wars fans and fans of other themes, looking at things like Video that was not a great line in terms of selling success. But they got a bunch of custom molds and custom prints that people in other fandoms would like to see for their Lego sets. So it's really cool as an Animal Crossing fan to see this treatment and this care that they've put into these minifigures with their prints and their molded heads. And in the sets, they have new printed elements for like the holes in the ground where you dig up fossils. And in some of the sets, there's like the little Nook phone and there's the DIY recipe printed piece. And, it's all of these little details that you find in the game. And seeing it translated into Lego form just makes me so happy and so excited. I can't wait to get all of them and build my own little Lego Animal Crossing island.
I have to say, the other thing that I really like, and 2 of these 3 sets have these little pine trees that are just fun. They're using a mold for
the tree stump.
For the tree stump that I'm not familiar with, but
I think it was in some Mario set.
It might be in other sets.
I mean, and I'm on my laptop right now looking at a picture of all 5 of the sets together, and if I'm being honest, and I think some other Animal Crossing fans might agree, I was a little disappointed that the Nook's Cranny set they divided the piece count between 2 buildings. I really wish we could have gotten like a really big, nicely built Nook's Cranny, but it's in the same scale as the rest of the sets, and so but seeing them all together, they just look great. And this maple poly bag coming with a pine tree and a little cliff build and a little pumpkin garden. I mean, if you have the means to, and you want to, buying a bunch of these maple poly bags and getting those trees to fill up your island is
I,
going to be great.
yeah, I could, because looking at these sets that we have in front of us, plus the ones online, yeah, it looks like you army build little tree
Little Animal
forest.
Crossing.
It's super fun, and I will say this: the poly bags in recent years can sometimes be difficult to find.
Yeah.
Target, Walmart, you can't buy them at the Lego store.
Well, and there also isn't much incentive to buy more than one. This one would help you if you actually are trying to build your island. Now you'd have
It,
to do something with Maple minifigures, but great.
which I will say this as somebody and our sponsor, Bricks and Minifigs, we will have the poly bags.
We will.
Yeah,
To be
we
exact.
will have plenty of poly bags on March 1st that you can come and army build. If you don't need all the minifigures,
Lego Maple
maybe
Army.
trade them in for store credit for something else.
There you go.
We get Maple to put in our case.
So just briefly here, as we wrap up this little segment, the Bunny's Outdoor Activities set comes with a Bunny minifigure. She is a rabbit, obviously, or her name is Bunny. You mentioned the trees earlier, Chris. There are multiple different types of trees in Animal Crossing. There's the pine trees.
Okay.
There are the coconut trees that you can only plant on the beaches. Okay. And then there are cherry blossom trees that are seasonal in the spring, which you will find a cherry blossom tree in the Julian's birthday set, which is really, really cool. And then every island has a native fruit. Okay. So there are two types of regular trees on each island aside from the maple trees. Some of them are just regular trees that don't bear any fruit, and then some of them are fruit trees. And every island has a different native fruit, and there's 5 of them. There's cherries, apples, oranges, pears, and peaches. Okay. So
yeah.
amongst these sets, you can get the maple trees, both as full grown and as saplings. You get the cherry blossom tree, an orange tree, a cherry tree, a coconut tree, and an apple tree. So not quite all of them, but almost enough of them for most people to be represented with their island's native fruit, which is pretty cool. The Bunny's Outdoor Activities also has a nice little waterfall build and a bunch of the different tools you get to use throughout the game, such as the pole vaulting stick, the bug net, the shovel, the axe, and then a really cute little tent build, which for fans of the game, you'll know that on your first day on the island, you build the tent and slowly it becomes a house.
For somebody who's not familiar with the game, the Julian's birthday party set looks a little thin on the build side of things. You get the little birthday table with the cake. You do get the pink tree. Is that
The cherry blossom tree.
The cherry
Yep.
blossom tree.
And Julian is a unicorn village. He's a horse villager, but he's a variation. He's a unicorn, and he's a very popular villager. So people are going to be happy to get him.
He's yeah, and I mean a great mold on that head and colorful torso.
Yeah, he has a galaxy and stars printed jacket.
I do like the light post and the little like party streamers running from the light post to the tree,
and the same balloon elements that we see in
kind
a
of a nice
set. Yeah.
So
this is my hope. Is the builds are 6+. They're not crazy substantial, but it makes sense. We talked about with the modularity. As an adult collector, though, and as an adult fan, I hope that in the future we do get some bigger sets. I know, like Mario, they have their 18+ set every year. It'd be really cool to get some bigger Animal Crossing sets here and there. My hope is that this is just the first wave. Obviously, it's a new theme. Some themes don't stick around very long, and I really hope that for this one, this is our first wave, and that it's one of many, many to come. That's my hope.
well, the good news is it's Nintendo, and those themes seem to stick around.
Yeah.
To be honest, I find this theme more interesting than the Mario theme.
Yeah, the Mario theme.
So-
If you're into the play features of it, they're great. But if not, So we'll see. I think that there's a huge Animal Crossing player base, and I think that there's a lot of those players that are already fans of Lego. But I think there's also a large part of them that aren't fans of Lego and will hopefully be brought into the hobby with these sets. If you are interested in checking out this new exciting Lego theme in Animal Crossing, feel free to come on by the store. We will have both of these sets and the maple poly bag on display for everyone to see, similar to how we did with the Dune Ornithopter last month. So come on by, check it out in person, see what they're all about, and maybe you'll want to walk away from the store with your own Animal Crossing sets to add to your collection.
Yeah. And we have been talking about what's new in the store all episode, but it's I think it's worth mentioning a few things that have come in to the store.
Because as we mentioned before, what's really unique about our store is, we do get these new sealed in box releases that come in right on the first of these months, but we also get used and retired things in our store. So it's always fun to highlight the unique things that come in.
Now, I want to ask our listeners a question. Did spring cleaning come early? Because we have gotten so many people bringing in bulk this week.
People just cleaning out their closets.
Just tub after tub, which is great. We'll put it to good use, and everyone loves when we refill the bulk
Yes,
table.
we have lots of loyal customers who love their bulk.
Which we've been refilling the bulk table pretty regularly with these new tubs that have come in.
Yeah.
But that's not all that we've had. We've had a few new things in our figure cases.
Yep.
A whole bunch of new Marvel figures came in.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Higher end Marvel figures.
Yes.
Because we have a ton of Marvel figures in the $7 to $15 range, but these were all at least $30 or $20.
Yeah, they were on the higher end.
Yeah.
Another Tobey Maguire Spider-Man,
Yep.
Another Ronin,
Kraven the
came
Hunter.
in, Kraven the Hunter. So a whole bunch of fun Marvel ones that we don't see every day.
Wasn't it all the figures from the Bridge set?
Yeah, the Bridge set didn't come in.
Right.
But
those Kraven
did.
Wills from that set?
There are multiple different villains. I don't remember the names of all of them.
Okay, but we got them.
But they're in the case.
Okay.
Yeah. So the other interesting thing that came in was a Chrome C3PO.
Another Chrome C3PO.
That's in really nice shape.
Yeah, so this is the second Chrome C3PO that we've had in the store. The first one was a little scratched up.
He was rough.
So we sold him at a discount, which was still a pretty penny.
Yeah.
But this one is in much, much better condition.
Yep.
And so if you have never seen a Chrome C3PO figure before, it's in our case right now.
Yep, standing right next to Finch Dallow.
Next to Finch Dallow, yeah. It's funny, we have the Chrome 3PO in there, and that is not our most expensive Star Wars figure.
No.
We've had some really rare figures in that case.
Yeah.
So if you're a Star Wars fan and a collector who's wanted to get their hands on this, swing on by. Or if you just want to look at it, it's in the case.
It's pretty. That's a lot what's happening in the store right now.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of bulk. So not a ton of sets. We did get a couple of Ninjago sets on the shelves. We have like the big Dojo set. A couple big Ninjago sets. So if you're a Ninjago fan, we have 2 retired sets behind the counter, as well as the most recent January 1st release of Destiny's Bounty. We have that sealed, and we also have one of them used behind the table as well.
And speaking of sealed sets, those Star Wars fans who love their buildable figures.
Yes.
We got a whole lot of new in box buildable figures. And yes, Jyn Erso is one of them.
Which we know you've been wanting to get your hands
yes,
on.
Everyone, don't all come in it at once.
The Praetorian Guard did sell today.
Oh.
But we still have Darth Maul.
We have Boba and Jango Fett.
Yep. A couple other ones.
Yeah, Captain Phasma. Some good ones.
So, we did get those sealed as well. That is true.
So that kind of. Oh yes.
One other thing I just remembered. I just certified the Ship in a Bottle set today.
Oh, that's great.
So that's a really fun one. It was the reissue of the Ship in a Bottle set, and this one, bag 1 had been built, but I certified all the pieces were there. But bags 2 through 4 are sealed, and so this is a great set. If you guys haven't seen it, the Ship in a Bottle set is a Lego Ideas set, which was designed by Tiago Caterino, who is now a YouTuber that I watch pretty regularly. So it's a really cool set if you haven't seen it before, or if you haven't have wanted to get your hands on it. We do have a certified Ship in a Bottle set as well.
It's interesting. We have a number of certified sets right now that have been opened, but either only one bag had been opened or none of them.
Right.
A number of Star Wars sets that
super interesting.
Completely sealed bags, but they opened the box for whatever reason.
Yeah. So If there's some retired sets that you've been looking for, swing on by. We have a decent size selection of certified used slash sealed
Yeah.
certified sets.
Yep. Just waiting for you.
Yep.
And do you have anything else before we close?
Oh, a Little League.
Yep. For those of you who are in the Rancho Penasquitos area, we are going to have a table at the Rancho Penasquitos Little League opening day ceremonies
On Saturday.
Saturday, March 2nd.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, from when you're listening to this, hopefully you hear us in time. We'd love for you to swing by and find us at opening day.
Yep.
Evan and I will both be there, so you can tell us how much you love the podcast.
We'll have our custom Bricks and Minifigs baseball jerseys on.
Hopefully.
They're
supposed to be here.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And we'll have a wheel to spin for prizes. We'll have some sunflower seeds and some Big League Chew and some minifigure coupons and some bags of bulk.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. It'll be fun.
It wouldn't be a Bricks and Minifigs event without our spin the wheel of fun.
Yeah. We'll have to find a way to advertise the Brick Clubhouse a little bit too.
Yeah. We'll
get the word out there.
Sign out.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining us this week in the clubhouse.
It's an exciting week for Lego.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff coming out.
And maybe it's time for us to climb out of this tree and get some building done.
Yeah. Well, and if there was any March 1st sets that you're looking forward to that we didn't mention that we were going to have in stock, keep checking back because we are trying to get a few more of them in the store in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah,
we'll keep having more stock, more inventory. So
yeah, it doesn't end on March 1st because I know already there are certain sets that we will be ordering that weren't available.
Yeah.
The first go round. So
we'll obviously do our best to highlight those here on the Brick Clubhouse, but
you can always follow us on Instagram at Bricks and Minifigs San Diego or at Brick Clubhouse, either one of those. And we will be highlighting what's new in the store and what's happening on the show.
Yeah. So it's an exciting month for Lego releases. Our wallets are going to be hurting.
Yes, they will. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Say goodbye, Evan.
Goodbye.